Welcome dear student, you can observe some pictures on the screen and you can see that everyone is doing some of the other work, like someone is cutting the woods, someone is pushing the chair and forcing the wall and etc, so on. Okay, so to do that work they all need energy, and student, our today's topic is that only, work and energy. So this is a part 1 video of class 9. So let's start topic. Alright, can you tell, student, you can observe again one picture on the screen in which so we can say that in which of the picture above has work been done. So we can see that in every picture everyone is doing some of the other work. Okay, like someone is writing, watching TV and anything. Alright, so from scientific point of view, when do we say that no work was done? The student, when there is no change in the position of the object with respect to time, we say that no work has been done. So to do work, the position of the object should be changed from its original position. Alright, then only we can say that work has been done. Alright, generally any mental or physical activity is referred to as work. When we walk or run, the energy in our body is used to do the necessary work, and we say that a girl who is studying is working or performing work, but that is mental work, not physical work. Alright, and in physics we deal with physical work, not mental work, and work has a special meaning in physics. So let's see what is a work in physics. Work is said to be done when a force applied on an object causes displacement of the object. That means when we applied an external force to an object, the displacement will be taken place, or the object will change its position from the original position. So here the student, there is one example on the screen. You can observe a boy is carrying cartons from somewhere. Okay, he is carrying a carton from its original position. That means displacement, or when the boy will apply force, then only the cartons will displaces its position. So here this is a force applied, and after applying the force, displacement of the cartons or boxes will takes place. So this is nothing but work in physics, and the formula for work is equals to force multiplied by displacement. Alright, and student, you have already learned that the work done by a force acting on an object is product of the magnitude of the force. That means how much force is acting on the object, and the displacement of the object in the direction of the force. That means force will be in direction of the same direction of the displacement, and thus the formula will be W is equals to F into S. W for work, force symbol is F, and displacement we will denote by letter S. So student, Meenakshi, here you can observe picture A. Alright, so this is a picture A in which we can see that Meenakshi wants to displaces a wooden block from point A to B and along the surface of a table as shown in the diagram, and she has used force. She will apply force F to displace the wooden block, okay, for the purpose, and has all the energy she spent been used to produce acceleration in the block. So a student obviously to displaces a wooden block from its original position, that means from place A to B. She required the energy. All right, and which forces have been overcome using that energy. So on the wooden table, the force gravitational force will be applied, and the force of gravity acting on the table is split into two smaller forces, one perpendicular to plane and one parallel to the plane. Plane means on the table, okay. So only the force which is parallel is capable to overcome using that energy. Now student, you have learned that how to calculate the work done on an object when the displacement is in the direction of the applied force. So now here you can observe one picture on the screen. We see that the force is in the same direction as the displacement of the object takes place. That means force and displacement is in the same direction. So when these two are in same direction, that means force and displacement will be in same direction. So the formula will be, we will calculate the work done by this formula, that is W is equals to F force multiplied by S displacement. Okay, so here the work done will be in positive because this is same direction, both are in same direction. But what happened if the displacement is not in the direction of the applied force? How do we calculate the amount of work done? So in the second diagram you can say that the force is and displacement both are in opposite direction, they are not in same direction. So for this condition we will calculate the work done by this formula, that is W is equals to minus F multiplied by S. So this will be, work done will be in negative because force is in opposite direction, so this will be in negative form. So our work done also will be in negative. Student, when a child pulls a toy with the help of a string, the direction of the force is different from that of the displacement. All right, this is force and it will be, displacement will be in opposite direction. But what happens similarly when a large vehicle tows a small one, the direction of a force and displacement are same. All right, in same direction. So in both these cases the direction of force makes an angle with the direction of displacement. And when a child pulls a toy cart, force is applied along the direction of the string, while the cart is pulled along the horizontal surface. That means force and displacement will be in different direction. So in this case, in order to calculate the amount of work done, we have to convert first applied force into the force acting along the direction of the displacement. So what happened here, direction, force and displacement are in different directions. So that's why to calculate the work done, what we will do, we will convert the applied force into the force acting along the direction of the displacement. So let's see how to calculate the work done in such cases. So you can observe one picture on the screen. This is the force used for the displacement. So we will see how the work done is calculated. Alright, so here let F be the applied force and F1 be its component in the direction of the displacement. So here we have assumed that F is the applied force, okay, which is in opposite direction of the displacement. And here we have assumed F1 is a component in the same direction of the displacement, okay. So let S be the displacement. The amount of work done is given will be W is equals to F1 multiplied by S, where S is the displacement, and this will be our equation number 1. So force F is applied in the direction of the string, that is at an angle with the horizontal, okay, and the horizontal angle which I have circled, which I have marked with the red one, this is an angle theta. So let theta be the angle that the string makes with the horizontal, and we can determine the component F1 of this force F which acts in the horizontal direction by means of trigonometry. So student, you know trigonometric ratios, right? Cosine, sine, tangent, cotangent. So these are the trigonometric ratios. So by applying the trigonometric ratios we can calculate the F1 component F1, okay. So here we have used cos theta, which is you know the value of cos theta will be adjacent upon hypotenuse, okay. So adjacent is our base and hypotenuse will be opposite to angle theta. All right, so here after putting the value, cos theta will be, now here base is F1. All right, we have considered the base is F1 and hypotenuse is of our force, that is F. Now here when we do cross multiplication, we will get F1 is equals to F multiplied by cos theta. Just we have cross multiplied here, and thus the work done by F1 is W is equals to this is the original formula to calculate the work done, that is W is equals to F into S. And when we will put up the value of this, we can say that we can get W is equals to F cos theta. Okay, what we have done here, just we have put up the value of F1. So we will get F cos theta multiplied by S. So this is how we calculate the work done when the direction of applied force will be in opposite direction to the displacement. Now we will see student unit of work in SI system, that is International System of Unit. Now the formula for calculating the work done is work is equals to force multiplied by displacement. Okay, so in SI system the unit of force is Newton, that is N, and the unit of displacement is meter. This we know, and thus the unit of force will be Newton meter, and this Newton meter unit is called as a joule. And here the definition of 1 joule we have that if a force of 1 Newton displaces an object through 1 meter in the direction of the force, the amount of work done on the object is 1 joule. So this is the definition of joule, and therefore 1 joule will be equal to 1 Newton multiplied by 1 meter, and 1 joule will be equal to 1 and multiplied by 1 meter. So this is a unit of work done in SI system. Let's see the unit of work done in CGS system, that is centimeter gram second system. Alright, so in CGS system the unit of force is dyne and depth of displacement is centimeter, and thus the unit of work done is dyne centimeter, and this dyne centimeter is called as a erg. And 1 erg is equals to, is the definition of 1 erg will be if a force of 1 dyne displaces an object through 1 centimeter in the direction of the force, the amount of work done is 1 erg. Now relationship between joule and erg. That means relationship between the unit of work in SI system, that is joule, and between the unit of work done in CGS system, that is erg. So student, we know that 1 Newton is equals to 10 to the power 5 dyne and 1 meter is equals to 10 to the power of 2 centimeter. Now 10 to the power 2 means 100 centimeter. Alright, so work will be equal to force into displacement. Just we have to put up the value of unit, that is work will be 1 joule is equals to force unit 1 Newton and displacement 1 meter. Alright, so 1 joule is equals to, if we will here instead of 1 Newton we will put up the value 10 to the power 5 dyne, and 1 meter we will put up 10 to the power 2 centimeter. Now we will get, we have to add the power 5 and 5 plus 2, so it will be 7. So total it will be 10 to the power 7 dyne centimeter. So dyne centimeter is nothing but erg. So therefore 1 joule will be equal to 10 to the power 7 erg. So student, this is the relationship between joule and erg, that is 1 joule will be equal to 10 to the power 7 erg. So student, here we have finished our today's topic, and student, you have remember, or you should remember all the units of force, work done, everything, because this is a very important to solve the numerical. If you know the values, units, then it will be very easy to solve this, and you have to know all the formulas. This topic is so simple, and next topic we will cover in our next session. I hope you all have understood this topic. Thank you. Keep smiling always.